Hello YouTube, Real Shooting here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over what items you need if you want to get started with airbrushing some fishing lures. So first up, you're going to need an airbrush. This is one that's recommended by many people, for beginners at least, but it's pretty good for intermediate levels as well. This is the Neo for Iwata. It's a pretty good airbrush. I'll show the box right here real quick. You can pick this up at Hobby Lobby. It's around $60 to $70 depending on where you look. They also have them on Amazon. It's a gravity fed dual action airbrush. Pretty good. You want a gravity fed, not the siphon fed, for the painting lures, because you're not going to use a lot of paint, so you don't need the siphon feed. Gravity feed is what you're going to look for when picking up an airbrush. And then next, you're going to need the paints, obviously. So I recommend starting off with the Opaque set. As you can see, this is what you'll get. You'll get 6 colors: Opaque White, Black, Blue, Green, Yellow, and Red. Pretty good base set right there. That can also be purchased at Hobby Lobby. I believe it's $30. But if you buy each of these individually, it's $5. $30, so not really saving much. I want to say maybe it wasn't $30. I think this set was around $27. But normally there's a coupon going around for Hobby Lobby every now and then. You'll see for 40% off one item. I recommend you use it on your set of paints. You're going to need the Opaque White for sure, because when you get your lure blanks, this is the third thing you need. When you get the lure blanks, they're going to be like this, unpainted. You want to put the Opaque White first and then your colors. That way the colors are much brighter. You don't want to go ahead and start painting the base colors on here. With these other ones, it won't be as nice as it can be. Here you can see other item we need, the lure blanks. I picked up a couple of different ones on a website called Cedar Outdoors. Relatively cheap. You can find them for around 80 cents up to $2 each. Only thing they're going to get you with is the shipping. So you might as well order a good amount of them. Here's the third thing I recommend. The third item I recommend. This is called the helping hands. Many people show this on their videos and they don't know. People don't know what it's called because they don't tell you. But they're mainly used for soldering items. But they're great for holding the lures by the bills. So yeah, this is the helping hands. Now if you pick this up, I got this at Harbor Freight. You'll find this for $4.99. If you want to get it at Hobby Lobby, it's going to be about $10. So I recommend getting this at Harbor Freight. The next item can also be purchased at Harbor Freight. I forget the name of this. It's like the cleaning pot for when you're cleaning out your airbrush between colors. It's also good for setting down your airbrush while you're not using it. You can just sit here, pull back, let all that paint flow into there while you're washing it out. You can either use this, or you can use like an old water bottle, any other old container just to spray into. That's basically all this is. But this is about $7 on Amazon. You can find the actual ones by like Iwata. They're like $35. It's gonna do the same thing. So you might as well just get one on Amazon. Next main item you're gonna need is a good air compressor. This is the one that comes recommended by many people for beginners, and it's a great airbrush compressor. You can see there's some fluid in there. I'm gonna have to press this up when I got it hooked up. This is to release the water. I forget how much PSI this goes up to. Oh, there it says max PSI 58. You only need to be around 20 to 30 most of the time while airbrushing with these paints. Again, that's the Createx airbrush colors. And then here's my little parts bin, random items. Little toothpicks for helping cleaning some of the smaller parts. You are going to need these for cleaning inside the airbrush as well. Some super glue for gluing on the eyes. Popsicle sticks for mixing. I got these little wire brushes for cleaning the airbrush as well. That was also at Harbor Freight. A little comb, that's for like a pattern on some lures. This is for holding on some stencils if you want to use mesh on your lures for patterns. And here's some patterns that I've cut out. This is for bluegill. For the bluegill dot, you just put this on there. You can see I have it. Oh, I haven't even painted on this one. Actually, there's like barely any paint on there. So pretend here's your lure. You would put that somewhere there, wherever you want it. And just hit it with black. You'll get that nice bluegill dot. Here's another pattern I've cut out. It looks like one of the crescent moons, like a moon phase. It's like a line. I did that right next to the gills on another lure, so you can see this is red. I should have probably borrowed out that lure. I'll show it in another video. Still working on it. I'm gonna paint these two in a separate video, and then I'll eventually do the video where I clear coat them. I just want to have more ready, that way I can clear coat in a batch. And that's the last item you're gonna need, is the clear coat. There's two different methods. I like the one where you just dip it in and pull it out and let it dry. Drip dry is what they call it. The other method, you need like the turning table. It seems a little more complex, so I chose to go with the, what is it called? I believe it's KBF Diamond Clear Coat. Comes highly recommended, especially for lures. You just dip it in there and it's a very thin clear coat. Dries very fast. It does have fumes though, so you do want to do it outdoors. You want to be careful with the clear coats. Make sure you do a lot of research. You can search up those videos on YouTube. I'm not going to go into it because I don't know as much as other people do. And that's pretty much all you need. I also recommend a good work area. Here I have a small table on the patio, as you can see. And if it's an old table, you probably don't care if you get paint on it. But if you do care about it, at least pick up a poster board like this, just to catch that excess spray while you're spraying, or for you to test colors. As you can see here, I was testing it. Because while you're painting your, oh, I almost forgot. While you're painting with your colors, you also want to use a reducer in order to thin the paint. You don't want it to be as thick. You also got to shake them real good. Add it in. Normally, the 1-to-1 ratio is a very common one to use, and it works on most of the colors. Is this a different color? Oh no, this is opaque blue. Okay. So yeah, if you put like 2 or 3 dots, you're gonna put 2 or 3 of the reducer to thin it out. There you can see $4.99 Wicked Reducer. These you can also buy in the bigger bottles. I might do that eventually, just because of how much you use this. You don't realize it, but you do use it a while. But these paints are gonna last you a long time. You only need about 3 to 5, what do you call it, dots for each lure, depending on how much paint you're putting on there. This is the other item you're gonna need to pick up also. I almost forgot to mention this. The cleaner. Airbrush cleaner, water based. Now normally, as you're cleaning out your airbrush, pretend we had red in here and we're done spraying red on our lure. You would want to put a lot of cleaner in there. And I also run water through there as well. That's why I have a old water bottle here. You can just use whatever kind of water, sink water. Just spray it through there until it all comes out. And keep adding in your airbrush cleaner. Mix in some reducer to thin the paint that's gummed up in there. And just keep spraying it out, trying to flush it out. And then you can also take this apart and clean the parts. Put it all back together. Run some more through there, make sure it's really flushed out. And then go on to your next color. And that's pretty much everything you need. I'll go over that real quick again. So basically you're gonna need an airbrush, the airbrush compressor, the helping hands, your base set of colors, your reducer and your cleaner, your lure blank. What else do you need? I almost forgot to mention, you will need some painter's tape for covering the bills. And then random cleaning items, you know. This is up to you how you want to clean it. I also have some paper towels. Regular paper towels to clean in there as well. Wow, I almost forgot to mention this as well. You're going to need to order some eyes. This is a random pack that I found on Amazon. It was about $11. A whole bunch of eyes, different sizes, different colors. And they always recommend that you use a super glue, so I have a super glue, just put a little dot on there, put the eye on there, it'll stick. And that's pretty much what you need. The stencils are up to you. The clips are up to you. This brush for making lines on the lures, that's up to you as well. Thanks for watching. Hope this helped somebody out. And I definitely do recommend you try out lure painting. It's a lot of fun. It will be expensive at first, but after you have everything, you're just adding on colors after that. I will show some other colors that I've picked up. I haven't used them yet. I might do that actually right now. I got a pearl black and I got a pearl blue. I might have to try this one out in my next video on one of these lures. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the lure painting video that I'm going to make where I paint these. If you enjoyed, give this video a thumbs up, comment, rate, and subscribe.